Hello, hello, hello. Nice music, by the way. I think there should be this countdown a little bit longer because the music, it's very nice. How are you, my friends?
Do it again. I'm good.
That was relaxing. I was like, oh,
Absolutely, yes, absolutely. I was about to turn the lights off.
get a massage, you know.
Yeah, burn
Jill.
some incense. So, welcome to another live stream talks. It's a pleasure to meet you here. Exceptionally, this week we have this show on Thursday, and I think next week we'll be back to Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in. So let's start the round from Harper on United or in the United States. Harper, how are you? Tell us.
I'm doing really good. Doing really good. Weather here in Arizona is really nice. I'm very thankful that it's not sub freezing. Could definitely be worse. I got my coffee
Perfect.
and I'm here.
Perfect. And on Hub in Aberdeen, Mr. Peter.
Yeah, well, I woke up this morning to minus 13 degrees in Aberdeen,
Oh my.
and it was really cold. And even with my long johns just coming out into my office, which isn't far from my back door, I was frozen coming in. So I've got my thermals on, and then I went back in and I actually used the new app on another system. I forgot where we are. And I go out again. It's -7 at the moment, so it's going to be a long, cold night again. A night for Netflix, I think.
I was about to ask you that.
No midnight walks tonight.
Perfect, perfect. And Steven, how are you? We can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Now
There
it's
we go.
okay.
Now we're back. All right.
Right, you can hear me. Good.
Yes.
We have in Devices in Market Town, Thursday is market day. So we generally go into the town centre, but today we were on a mission. There is a cafe in the Shambles, which is an old indoor market, and they make the most amazing soups. And you can pre-order on Facebook, and then you can go and collect your soup. Now, normally it's a stroll in the sun, but today it was a bit cold, as Peter's been saying. But it was good to actually get out and about and to actually be able to return home and then enjoy delicious soup. So that's the soup story of the day. And if you want me to send you any, then just let me know, really. I mean,
Okay.
that's it. I mean, getting out and about at the moment is I think is important. To get out at least once a day, even if it is at midnight. You've heard Peter's midnight story, have you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I
No,
don't.
you right, Peter. Over to you then.
So some nights I'm not tired, and at stroke of midnight, I said, I'm going for a walk. And I got up, got ready, put on some clothes and whatever, and no dogs or anything. I went for a midnight walk. I just felt so refreshed. And I went on live, and Harper followed me. No, it wasn't Harper. Did you come in, Harper? And I walked for 2 hours and 35 minutes. And I regretted it the next day. But you see, I seen wildlife. I seen, what do you call them? Deer. The deer had come right into the city. And I'm also told, Stephen, that there's quite a lot of foxes in the area, and I never seen any of the foxes.
Right.
But it was good, but the cold had got into my lungs, and I just felt I didn't feel good the next day. So I wouldn't be tempted to do a midnight walk again. And I was actually, sorry, I was actually walking, and I'm saying to John Upton, who'd stayed up, I says, John, please stay with me. I says, I'm falling asleep on my feet.
But Kelly was in Canada, and it was 9 o'clock at night there, so he was able to join you as well. And watch the deer live. Now, I've got a question for you, Peter, because I've just been watching the news in the UK. There are wildfires in Scotland.
Well, that's how much I don't know. I haven't been watching the news.
You've been on video all day.
I know. I'm
Peter
keeping
is
it-
the news.
I have been on video all day, but no, I'm actually fed up with the news. Now it Trump's beaten. There's no point in watching it, you know. That was for Stephen Silk if you're watching.
Right. Okay. Well, it's the second. I mean, we are fortunate. I mean, we've got it in the UK, Harper, not wall to wall, but the impeachment proceedings are actually being shown on national television, especially on Sky Television. And will you be glad when it's all over on Sunday?
I will be glad when it's over, because I mean, I don't even watch the news. I haven't watched the news in years, because I know that it's all, you know, whatever they want to tell you, not what actually is what's going on. And depending on what channel you watch is their interpretation. But I will be glad when it's over. There's a lot of videos that are coming to light that, you know, back in 2017 there was talk by some politicians where we need to impeach him, because if we don't impeach him, he's definitely going to get reelected. So they impeached him the first time so that he wouldn't get reelected, not because he did something wrong. They just needed to impeach him. So it's to me, it's just a crock. I mean, it really is. It just, but I'll be glad when it's over.
It was from day one. But I'll tell you what the big news we've got in Britain, Stephen. Do you know what it is?
I will in a minute, Peter.
We are getting a brand new television channel, GB
really?
News. And I'll tell you, there are a lot of frightened people out there. It's so bad that a guy called Femi, who's left as you can get, already saying to telephone companies and MD advertisers with them, we will cancel you if you advertise with them, right? Already, because they're so scared. But unfortunately for him, they're getting millions of people following them on Twitter already. They've already said it's a Fox News, it's going to be Fox News, it's going to be right wing. But they are in for a shock. And there's already some leading players with Sky News, I've just seen that today, Stephen, who have left, and they'll be joining it. And it's held up by a guy called Andrew Neil. And I suggest you go and look him up. And he doesn't care what your politics are. He will rip you to shreds whether you're left, right, or centre. And he embarrasses them. If you've not done your homework, he will rip you to shreds. He's a Scotsman.
Yeah, the two go together. I mean, the thing about the thing about a new news channel is, okay, initially all the right wing people of a right wing mind will actually start watching it, but the key to this is 6-12 months down the line, how many people are actually watching? Is it viable? And that's going to be a test of the right wing, because if everybody watches it, it will become popular and there's better adverts. If nobody watches it,
see how Stephen's calling it right wing right away. But if it was my channel, I would have liberals on as well, given how's the liberal view at 10 o'clock and how's our view at 11 o'clock. I think they'll be clever and get them all on and rip each other to shreds live. Get it.
we'll see. We'll see.
See, that's the mentality of people. It's going to be right wing. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be impartial.
Now there's a word.
If you can get an impartial news channel, that would be one. It would be
first
rare.
One.
I'm going to come back on here 3 months after it started, and
Okay.
we'll see how impartial is.
The trouble is with Stephen, if it wasn't right wing, he's still going to say it.
Now, Peter, you remind me about a cousin of mine, which is communist, a crazy communist, and he's always saying those in the right wing, and even here the right wing is very well. Now we have a crazy party, but the right wing usually here are very moderated, and it doesn't matter to him, because for him all of people who are from the right wing are fascists. Everyone. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter. And communist is just about quality, about being amazing people. And he says, I just say the truth. You can head to reach him and say, look, what Stalin made in Russia. No, it's a lie. The people who won the Second World War were the Soviets, not the Americans. They were the Soviets who won
Stephen, I think you might be outnumbered today.
I think it's 2.5 to sorry, 3.5. Well, yeah, okay. I'm going to be quiet now. I'm just going to sit here. I'm just going to sit here and be a liberal.
Stephen, I don't know what it is, but what mic have you got on today?
I've got my normal microphone. I never changed my setup, Peter.
It is. It's a wee bit low and cutting out. Just thought I'd let you know.
Harper, Marco?
Sorry?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
Oh, no, I can't.
Not cutting out. Okay.
There's a joke
Can you hear
here.
me? No.
There's a joke here. Someone says he's deaf, and people say, "So you're deaf, and you can't hear anything, nothing at all?" Yes, I can't hear anything at all.
Can I just a quick story about that? I was interviewing a woman years ago when I done it, the Talkinator. I've started again, and I was I give her a practice run, and I phoned her office. I said, "Can I speak to Fiona, please?" And the woman said to me, "Peter, did you not know that Fiona was deaf?" I goes, "No." And she was actually lip reading me all the time, and I never knew. And that was on video. It was amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, I actually wear hearing aids. I lost 3/4 of my hearing in the military, and so all the mask taking on and everything, I've lost one of my hearing aids somewhere. So I have one hearing aid, but I rarely ever wear it, because otherwise somebody over here is talking to me and I hear it over here and I'm like, what?
Yeah.
So, but yeah, face to face, I do mostly lip reading. So
that's amazing.
All right. If you are watching us live, please say hello. We don't bite normally, and Marco will feature your comment on screen.
Yeah, it was Andy. Hello, Andy. Midnight Walker. I don't know who is.
Andy.
Maybe this could be an idea to a new Scottish whiskey. Peter Midnight Walker.
Like the brother of Johnny Walker.
Yes, but this one will be Peter Midnight Walker.
Just to let you know, Andy is my friend, Andy Brown, and we actually met at Toastmasters in Aberdeen. You've heard of Toastmasters, and Andy and I become very friendly. Now he likes to sing and I likes to sing, so I run a karaoke, and he helped me with the he's a sound engineer as well. He's trained to be a sound engineer, and our friendship has been absolutely brilliant. Apart from he doesn't speak to me for weeks.
Because they're
on Andy
all the time.
Andy, would you like to come on with us?
Yeah, please join us if you want. Just let me know if you want to join, and I can send you the link, or Peter can send you the link. So, can you tell us, share about the experience you had yesterday on Melon?
Well, okay. Melon basically is a system by Streamlabs. You can have up to 7 people on screen, and the consensus was, with 6 of us on screen, that it worked. It was a voyage of discovery, because there's no, I didn't read the instructions first, which is always a bad thing. But men don't read instructions. I mean, what's the point? We know how to do it. So we had Bob Tomlin, who was actually watched the whole broadcast, and she was going off and getting the manual and coming back with the instructions. But the show itself went off without a hitch. The general feeling was that the video quality was good. The audio quality was very good as well. It was high def on YouTube. It was 720 on Facebook. And we spent the whole hour just chatting away. I mean, it was a test. I mean, the test was, what can Melon do? Can it have 6 people on screen? The answer to that is yes. And you can share comments on screen, but we didn't find out, or I didn't find that out until 40 minutes into the show, because Bob told me how to do it. But it was a very enjoyable hour, just chatting away. But I was only one of 6 people there. Another 2 of the 6 are here with us today.
Yep.
I've just sent Andy a link.
Perfect.
I'll tell you, it's actually a very good system, this.
Yeah. So, I mean, the thing about Melon is that currently it's only $15 a month. For that, you can stream to 6 different locations, 3 on Facebook and Twitch and Periscope. And it just simply works out of the box. The only thing you can't do, and this is true of Restream as well, you can't show images. You can't do a slideshow. You can do video, but you can't do a slideshow.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
Peter, what did you think of it?
Yeah, it was nice and clear. I was sitting at home with it, which isn't the same, but I was on a little phone actually. I don't like using the phone, but as you see, what I didn't know, you're gonna have a laugh here. I didn't know my mic wasn't off, and I went and poured some water, and the lady it was on thought I was having a pee. Do you remember that?
This is live, folks.
Hey, yeah, I've got to tell you guys, it's not the first time Stephen's panicked because I've written in, I'm in the bath, and I've actually been on live streams in the bath. I'm right in the bath.
There's a line, Peter. It's a line between. Well, I'm not going to go there. Let's not go there. I mean, broadcasting from the bath is not really. It's not an everyday thing, is it, Peter?
That could change the rating.
Stephen panics when I come on sometimes. I'm in the bath. But I'll tell you what I done to my cousin once. I FaceTimed him. And I was in the bath, and when he opened it up, he got my bottom in his face. I thought it was hilarious.
You have to, whenever Peter comes on a live stream, you have to leave him in the backstage for a little bit just to make sure that he.
But we never know when he comes with.
Yeah,
it's unpredictable.
That's about the right word, I think. And he likes to be unpredictable.
Yeah. I think.
This is not an accidental unpredictable. This is
deliberated.
Yes.
Yeah. Absolutely. And I've seen that some of you are trying be live from the mobile phone. Is there a new feature or something?
Yeah.
Peter was actually live with Chris de Boven yesterday. Peter, over to you.
It's very limited just now. You can only bring one person on screen. And there was one of the problems is it's hard knowing when somebody's waiting to come into the room because I'm talking like I'm now, and then you have to push a button to see who's in the waiting room, then bring them in. So you have to come off stream to go on, and when you type a message, you have to click up at the top and stop the stream, and you think, oh, I just wasn't sure if I clicked that X, but it means I'm back in the stream when I click it. So there's quite a few things, but it was good. It was good, but the problem is I've got an iPad, and it's quite awkward. But apart from this afternoon, it worked well. And at the moment, we can only get it in portrait mode, and I don't like portrait mode, but it's coming. But I think I'll go. I was just saying to Stephen, what can we use this for? What can we use it? Well, Stephen knows in the past I used to sit in my van and come on to shows, you know, and so I think it'll be a good addition, you know.
I think it's a game changer. It is in alpha at the moment, so it's got Peter and everybody who's in the Facebook group actually testing it. I was fortunate yesterday. I was invited by Brigetti to join as a guest, and there were no manual again. So I was happily having a discussion with Brigetti live on Facebook for 6 minutes. But the only problem was that the only person on screen was Brigetti. So Brigetti would say something and then there'd be a silence. But Brigetti could hear me because I was down in the studio. Okay.
Yeah.
So we had that hiccup. So how do you get somebody on screen? So we know that now. I did a share screen. That worked well. You can show banners running along the bottom of the screen. But the thing is, you're actually hosting a live broadcast from your mobile phone. So as Peter said, you can have a guest, you can screen share, you can have lower thirds. And it's a good start. Everything's got to start somewhere, and it's a good start. At the moment, it's on iOS, which means I can just sit back and watch everybody test it. And soon it will be on Android. Now, a comment from Brigetti led me to think something, because there is mobile on StreamYard, isn't there, Marco?
I think you can do it from Chrome or something. To be honest, I didn't try. I tried Restream on a mobile, also using a browser.
Yeah.
And it works 75%.
Right,
but I tried I think it was in the end of July or something. Last time I tried to go live on Restream by mobile. And it worked well, but yeah, you can do it also on StreamYard through a browser. Yes.
Yeah. Well, the thing about this is it is an app designed specifically to work with Be Live, and it's got everything that you've got in the desktop studio will be in the Be Live app. And the reason for just having one person on screen at the moment is just to make sure you can do it, because it's pointless going from one person on screen to 4 people on screen without making sure that it's working.
Yeah.
When the playback is actually on Brigetti.live on Facebook, and the quality of Brigetti's picture on a phone was brilliant. I was on desktop from my office, and the quality was just pretty darn good. It is a game changer. I'll give you the for why. Not necessarily just for us, but it's a game changer globally. Because if we think about India and Pakistan and the Far East, they don't have the money to pay $25 for a system a month.
Yeah.
They don't have, I don't want to generalize, but they don't always have good laptops or good desktops. What they do have, however, is a good mobile phone. So for those continents, it opens up the ability to go live on your phone with a guest and do all sorts of things that you could never do before.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, it means that I Live Here is a show that can come back, because I can host the show and be out and about in Devizes, and Fonz can be in Cambridge, and we can switch between the two.
Perfect.
So that's it. That's the spiel.
Yeah, I definitely think the being able to host from a mobile phone or a mobile device, whether it's an iPad, iPhone, Android, whatever, I think that's really going to be a game changer, like you said, is because you don't have to. I mean, you could have a dog walking group, and everybody goes to their local park, and they're on their phone, and then they're all kind of, doing their together thing or whatever. But you don't have to, have a laptop with you, because that makes it a little more awkward. You're trying to walk your dog with a laptop in your hand,
But, yeah,
I have 6 dogs and a laptop.
I was saying to Stephen, when would I use it? And since we've been on, I just thought, I know where we could use this. Imagine you're away down in a hotel, say in Edinburgh from Aberdeen. I don't use a laptop just from singing, and I go away. I put on my iPad, and I can actually do a show or join a show using the system that I usually use in a PC, and that's one of the things that I switched on to right away. So that would be good. That would be good. Yeah, and put it out to your platforms. And the other thing is, it's easy. I'll tell you something. It's easier to put it out to several platforms on the mobile than it is on here.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It was real easy to pick where you were going to go on it. It's like, oh wow, okay.
Did you see that, Stephen? Did you pick that up in that?
Unlike you and Harper, I'm an Android guy, so I can't actually use it at the moment.
Yeah, yeah. So that was good. Yeah, back to you.
Harper, what you spoke about the being able to connect. How many places can you connect to?
I think I connected to 4. I think I think it was up to 6 or something. But yeah, it was. I mean, it was really nice. I ran out of groups on where I wanted to connect it to, so it was like,
Yeah.
It's good.
But yeah, I mean, it was you like select here and ding 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 ding. There you go. It wasn't, you know. So
Have you heard of a? Sorry, Harper. Have you heard of a Tom Brook? Tom Brook?
I had it on. I think I went up to a group. I went to my Facebook feed. I went to YouTube, and I also went to a second group. So I had 2 groups: my on timeline feed and YouTube.
No.
So
What I was asking you, do you know a guy called Tom Brook?
Tom Brook.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Well, there you go, because I went on to Live in 5, is it Be Live group, sorry. And I went on, and he came on and was asking me questions. He says, is that your new app? I goes, yeah. And he's actually from Portland, Oregon.
Okay.
So he was...
He's American. You must know him. He's in America, Harper.
Oh, the American Tom Brook. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So
you are just a few people. You are just a few people.
So I think it's a great way to connect as well, then, because I've never known how to do the Be Live bit going in at the same time, you know, and it did make it really easy. I've got. Oh, incidentally, see this picture behind me?
We do.
That's my actual house looking out the window.
Oh
Wow.
my God.
Taken in a Samsung phone. Very proud of that, you know. Look at me.
Yeah.
So
You look amazing.
If you want to see what
amazing.
the difference between your house and my house, take away the snow, take away the green, take away the fence, and take away those trees. That would be my house.
It's the same.
There's nothing.
Almost the same.
Very good.
I can show you my house if you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's dark now.
This is my house at 2 a.m.
Yeah.
You went to the cage again.
He's down in the cellar picking out a bottle of wine.
I think this
On you go.
about this new app of Be Live, and I think if the other applications take the same path, I think this would be good. For instance, when you want to make something spontaneous without being so prepared, and you want to connect. For instance, you're in an event and you want to gather with people or something. I think this could be a nice option, because sometimes you have people to interview, you have people to connect, and you don't have the right tools to do that. So I think with this kind of apps, it's a nice option, because you don't need to go, okay, I'm going home, bring my laptop and wait a little bit and I will be joining you.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good case, because you can be out and about and meet people you'd like to talk to live on air, and because you've got your phone, you can just do it. You don't have to set anything up.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. And for instance, to connect with other people, which may be in other places, in a easiest way. I think. For instance, let do this practical. Something happened right now. Something which is important to your business, to your audience, to your community, related to something that it's important and happened that moment.
Yeah.
Okay, and so let's start a broadcast because I can't go to my office, I can't go home, whatever. And let's see if someone who's related with your business, or it's a colleague, it's someone who works with you or something. Okay, let's connect with him or with her, and let's see what he has to say or she has to say. If we are waiting, and it's good when you have the momentum, it's good to have this option with a mobile phone. Yes, for instance, a sporting event or a concert. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Or you can be like the what was it? There was a I don't know, a court case or whatever it was on Zoom, and somebody had a picture of their cat up. You don't have to worry about not being sitting down at the desk. You can have your phone with you, go wherever you need to go, and
Which
let's let
they could get
let's
prosecuted for it. That.
just not the bathtub.
Yeah.
let's think. For instance, we go out, I go out, and I see a beautiful lady. And okay, before I ask her to go out or ask her phone, I need to ask my family permission, and
You want to share a photo?
and also ask them if she's okay for me. So I make a broadcast. Let's see your opinions, and then they will approve or not. And before I ask her to go out to a date or something, I got the approval.
I once, no, not a blind date, was it? Yeah, I see what you mean. So you could have been talking to someone for ages, and they say, and they've got a beautiful picture. Then they come on camera and say, "Is that you?" Yeah, that was me 30 years ago.
That's another thing. Profile pictures. That's
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
real
Absolutely.
estate agents here in the U.S. do that too. It's like
It's
they
same
have these
here.
pictures that was like back in the '80s. It was called glamour shots, and they were pretty much photoshopped by a professional company at the
Yeah.
time. And it was like, you don't look like that even then.
No,
Absolutely.
somebody said to me, I showed them a picture of me when I was a bit plumper and that. And they said, I would never have known you then. Now, you know. So
Well, you changed, Peter. Yeah. I
have
mean,
I
we all.
changed? Have I changed since you've met me, Stephen?
Well, put it this way: the photograph you wanted me to put onto the show card was a bit younger than you are now. So you have changed, but we all change gradually. You can't help it. And I like to look back and being totally honest here, I like to look back at the videos. Actually, I don't do it too often, but I look back at a video and say, yeah, that was okay, but I do it better now.
Absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
I think a lot of that, especially on live video, comes from confidence on camera and being at ease when you're actually broadcasting.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Because Fraser Hay joined Blabbing for Britain last Thursday, and he couldn't get his head round how relaxed it was. Yeah, I mean, Peter and John and I have forgotten about the camera. The camera's not there, so we're just having a chat about specific topics relating to the UK. And he couldn't get his head around the fact that it was so relaxed. There was no direction as such. It just sort of flowed from one topic to another. I think that's an art. I mean, doing this is an art. Actually, be able to sit here and just talk away.
And
So
yeah,
it
true.
runs-
People are terrified to come on camera. Now, to this day, terrified to come on camera. Don't know why.
Yeah.
but
I still get
you
people who I'll ask them, "Hey, if you want to, come on, we'll do a video or whatever." They're like, "Oh no." What's the big
Absolutely.
deal? It's like
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For
No.
instance, I was talking this morning with a guy last year. Yes, it was last year. we made a training in Spain, and it was a 3-part training, and we were talking about SEO, about live video marketing, and also about Facebook ads and something. And I was saying, okay, next time I make a training, I will put the video thing like the main thing. Because, okay, I may be interested in SEO, optimizing my website. So for search engines, okay, I would like to also to make Facebook ads, but video, it's a different thing because you have to give that step ahead. And if you go to a training about video and the main thing you say, oh, I don't want to be in front of a camera. What's the point?
Yeah. It's these things.
It's like asking a priest to reach a Muslim and convert him. It's nonsense.
Well, the only one way we can sort that, we need to get them on camera. It's up to us.
I think that some people rather die than get in front of camera.
It's the same with speaking, you know.
A friend of ours wrote a book called, and his name is Andy Lapata, and he's a well-known coach. He goes around the globe, and he used to stand in front of an audience of 1,000 people and teach them. But he can't do that now, so he's at home doing Zoom like everybody else. But he wrote a book, and the title of the book was "And Death Came Third." When they asked people what they were scared of, death was the third most popular answer. The most popular answer was public speaking. Yeah. It's just it's natural for people that are afraid of speaking in public.
What was his name?
Andy Lapata, Lopata. He was a member of the Academy back in 2005, which is going back a bit. Yeah, like Fraser. Fraser was there, Andy was there, I was there, John was there.
I was there lurking in the background. I was just because I was something with stars and everything. I didn't understand it all at the time because I was a young man then.
I think one of the problems it's about others' judgment. I think we overrate others' judgment. There's a guy here in Portugal called Alexandre Monteiro, which is an expert about reading physical language. You know, for instance, when you're saying something, but your body says you're lying, you know, and everything. And he said that this problem about public speaking gets back to the ancient times when usually when people were not well judged by others, had to sleep outside the cage, which means you may be picked by some tiger or something who may eat you or kill you. Well, I think to eat you, they have to kill you, or while they eat you, they kill you. Okay, whatever. But the problem
hope
is,
they kill you.
And he said, because we are so afraid of others' judgment and speaking in front of a crowd, it's that because you are like you are bare naked. And you're speaking and you have in front of you 10, 100, 1,000 people watching you. And you think too much about how do I look? How my voice sounds? How do they perceive me and everything? And at the end, you are scared because you may need to sleep outside the cage.
Yeah. Can I just say, guys, who's Clayton Bigsby?
He's on YouTube.
Yeah, it's YouTube.
Okay, does anybody know him?
What's up,
Right,
you old
okay, don't need to.
crackers? All right.
Where are you from? Where are you from, Clayton? Yeah, one of the when I was younger, I was extremely shy, and when I went in the military, that really helped open me up a lot. But when I was out of uniform, I became shy again. So I took knowing where I wanted to go with my career at the time, when I started taking college classes, my first class that I registered for was actually a public speaking class. And it was actually really good because just spontaneously the instructor would walk by, give you a piece of paper, and it says, you have to give a 5-minute speech starting now.
Yeah.
On whatever you want. And it's like you had to stand up and you had to give a 5-minute speech. And it was really great because it was just random on whatever. And sometimes she would put a topic, sometimes she wouldn't. So you had to come up with a topic, and you spoke for 5 minutes. And and so it really helped later on. Now, inside, I'm still a shy person. I can sit here and say, I don't care what people think about me, and I really don't. But the back of my mind, there's still part of me that really does. So
I think it's normal. I think it's normal.
Yeah. And, so it's just one of those going, I don't care what that part of my brain, thinks. It's, I'm going to do this, and it doesn't matter if I'm good, bad, or whatever. I'll look at it and I'll improve and this and this. And, but yeah, confidence comes, and you just have to, it's like any other fear, I guess. You have to kind of, write over it so that you have a new memory rather than an old memory. So
quite interesting, because when I started singing, my first gig I done it for my cousin, and it was a wedding for one of his workers. They didn't have a lot of money. He says, I'll pay you. Could you do your Frank Sinatra?
Oh my God, he froze.
I think that ice in the background is freezing you.
Yeah, you froze for a minute, Peter, if you want to do that bit again.
Okay, so what I'm saying is, my cousin asked me to do a small wedding for one of his workers. She was actually a vocal coach. So when I went on a stage ready to do my routine for them, somebody came up and said, well, I hope everything's okay. Just to let you know, there's 3 bands in tonight will be watching you. People that play for a living will be watching you. And it was my first ever gig. And I was absolutely terrified. So I can understand how people feel. But it went down very well, actually, but I was terrified.
Yeah, but you need to have a talent, Peter. In that case, you can sing. We'll give you that. You do sing well.
No, I need that in writing.
Okay, but would that more people would actually come live on video. But there are it's a growing crowd. You think about how many people are on StreamYard and be live and Zoom. Think how many people are on Zoom. Millions of people have actually gone live. Speaking of which, has anybody been on Zoom, running a broadcast and going live to Facebook?
I haven't even been on Zoom.
Right. Is it possible?
I haven't been on Zoom. I haven't been live on Zoom. I've been in a Zoom meeting before now, but I haven't gone from Zoom to be live.
When you're actually on Zoom.
Yep.
Is it capable of that? Is it capable of that, Stephen?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It could just be a closed thing where you're only on Zoom, not on anything else. But
what's a question for you then? With these, see this actual Restream program. I know you can embed it in a website live. Is that correct?
Correct.
What would be a way if you were running a training course and people were to give you £5 each or $10 each or whatever? How could you take them to a page and only those that paid would get in? How would you do that?
Set up there's several ways, but my way would be to set up an event on Eventbrite, get people to sign up and pay. That's the first hurdle. And then when it gets close to the event, publish the page and then take it down when the event's finished.
Yep. And those that paid, you send them the link.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you would have to have a page for it. So would it be a training page on a website or something?
It's a
How
blog
would you
post.
do it?
Blog post on the website.
Right, and then to get, oh, it's interesting that, because I've got to tell you, I'm quite excited about my pest talk group. Someone's just now, and I'm getting all the suppliers coming in already. And did you manage to look at my review, Stephen?
Not yet, Peter. I've been
That's fine.
broadcasting. I was live. This is my. I know you've been live all day, Peter, but this is my third live of the day. Blubbing for Britain at 10 o'clock, live with John at 4 o'clock, and now live here. So I haven't had a chance. Is the honest
No,
answer.
it's okay, because that was my intention. Because I said to one of the suppliers, I said, "You don't do training," and he goes, "No, well, but look at this. Is if you train people, you will get more customers." Yeah, we thought about that. I says, now I know a man that will train in your behalf. Okay, right? I says, and we'll find a way that only your customers can come on if it's free, and then you can give me money, or you can get ones that pay and they get the link, and your customers who use you all the time get it free, right? So people say, why have I pay for it? Because you've bought nothing from us. Put in an order that would be £250 or something, and you'll then get free. And that, because I'm hopefully going to be getting sponsors shortly. I'm letting all this. I wrote to one of these. Is you in my group yet? No, you better hurry because they're all joining. Your competitors.
You want to share something, Stephen?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
If I may.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, this is my website, and if I scroll down, this has got my Restream embedded in. So anybody comes to this page when I'm live, it would show the live video. And it's as simple as that. Restream give you an embed code. You put the embed code in your blog, and you publish the page when you want. There's a previous example. Do you recognize any of the faces?
I don't know any. I don't know any of those people.
I think you would.
Who are they?
Right. So as well as having the live video, you can have replays of recent videos as well, and they're just lifted from YouTube. So to actually embed Restream into a blog post takes on average 5 minutes.
That is brilliant, because I've actually made a new website called Pest Talk, and so things are rolling. Woohoo!
Simple and straightforward. In fact, we have a friend who's going to look at that on Tuesday for actually his customers. He produces live shows, not for himself, but for other people, and he gets paid for it, which is good. And he's going to try and broadcast not to Facebook or YouTube, but to their websites.
Right.
So, I mean, the whole idea of what we're doing is to either draw people to our websites or to lead them to a landing page. If you're actually broadcasting on your website, then people are in the right place. And we know what happens when people are on a website. People watching this broadcast now, and we love you all, but people watching this broadcast now will be listening, but they've seen our faces, so they can go and do other things. But if you're actually watching on a website, you're going to surf that website, and you may well, fingers crossed, find something you like and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So the website is the place to broadcast to. The only one system that can do this at the moment is Restream.
Well, how much is Restream to purchase, incidentally?
I got it half price. Marco reminded me, and I got it half price.
How do I get half price?
You pay twice.
I like that answer.
At the moment, you can get 25% off. If you go to the Restream site, they want to sign you up, and you can get 25% off. But it is $46 a month.
I bought it on AppSumo deal.
Yeah.
I think I paid $59 lifetime.
Bargain of the century.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
Absolutely.
Tell
Absolutely.
them you know me and I want the deal.
Okay, I will. Oh, Peter
We're
from
all going to change
Aberdeen.
our names to Marco.
I was actually speaking to Andy that came in to give Andy some work. He's made a website for me, Pest Talk, on WordPress, and I'm getting another one for the Talkinator. And they've all got a theme of basically, hopefully making some money, whether it's my pest control business, put an advert into the Talkinator, and with Pest Talk, the advertisers will give me money and the trainers. Because we need a thing called CPD points in Britain in my industry. It's continuous professional development. And each hour you train, you get a point, and you've got to get 20 a year. So if the trainer, if the company that's selling their product wants to train the people they supply for free, great for them. That's good. But my hand will be wanting some gold coins. Lovely jubbly.
Speaking of actually earning money from doing something like this, there is a widget, and it's a wonderful widget. It's called Buy Me a Coffee. The
Yes.
website is called Buy Me a Coffee, and basically you can take their widget, put it on your website, and every time people click it, they can either buy you 1 coffee, 2 coffees, 3 or 4 coffees, and you can set the price of the coffee. So if you set the price at $1, it's $1 a coffee. If you set the price at $5, you can earn $20 when people click it. You've got to convince people to click it, though. The mechanism works, and it's all done via PayPal.
Right.
Perfect.
You had me at buy me a coffee.
Yeah, I know, and that's it. I mean, you see a coffee. It's very subtle. When you go to the website, all you see is a coffee cup, bottom right-hand side, and it's shouting out, "Click me!" And when you click it, you say, "Well, buy Stephen a coffee," you know.
And
About
what is the monetary term you get, Stephen?
Sorry?
What is the money? Where does that go? Where does it go to when you click it? If I was to buy you a coffee,
Yeah, you click it, you'll be taken to your PayPal account, and you just type in the amount.
you just give him some money.
Yep.
Yeah.
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 And
It's like asking
it's quite interesting. Do you know what we're
donations.
doing as soon as this is all over, guys? Stephen, myself, hopefully Stephen Silk, John Upton, we're going to have a meet-up, aren't we?
When COVID finishes, yeah.
Yeah.
Perfect.
A live meet-up. We've never met. We've never met.
Yep. It'll be interesting once all this is over and everybody goes back to, what would be considered normal life, and everything's open. You can sit at one table at a restaurant and sit right next to the next table has people, and will people, I think businesses here in the state, in the States, they really found out that, doing online meetings like this is a whole lot easier than trying to get everybody to get their schedules and flying here and here and having this big conference when they're finding out we can save a whole lot of money by just doing it this way. But like looking at Kelly's first comment had doing the video conferences with your doctors. I just had one yesterday morning. And, it's so much easier than trying to have to drive across town, make it there in time and everything else. It's easy. And she was at home. So she's working from home too. So, it was really easy.
Absolutely.
You
There's a joke. Maybe this will apply after this mess. One guy was saying he was walking on the street and he found an old friend, and he said, "Oh my God, I don't see you for centuries." And then after 5 minutes, now I know why I don't see you so many times.
Exactly.
I gave a talk for my industry a few years ago because I was passionate about getting training, and I said to the audience, how long did it take you to get here today? And they said 3 hours. What about you? 2 hours, bam, bam, bam. And then somebody says, I come up from England. It was 4 hours. So, okay, that's interesting. I says, why aren't we using modern technology? And all we had then was Skype. And I actually went on to a bookkeeper that I used live, and I never ever met her before. And everybody, I said, that's my bookkeeper. She lives in Stirling. And I took her. But I am so happy that my industry has really, really moved. We've got training coming out of our ears now if we want to. And I knew that there would be we don't pay for doctors in Britain, but you can if you want to go to a private doctor, you can do it online. But I had a problem with that because a pretty young doctor came on and says, how old are you, Peter? I goes, yes. And what's your problem today? I says, I think I've got hemorrhoids. Let me see them.
Stephen's over there like, oh,
Oh my God. Really?
I don't know how to say this. You put the wind in wind up, Peter. Or wind in wind up, whichever way you want to take it.
We've got a saying. We've got a saying in Britain: you would cause a riot in a waxworks. But like, people are doing that.
So, Stephen, wrap up.
I tell you what, I wrapped up today. I put 2 jackets on and a thick pair of gloves, a scarf and a mask and a hat. And that's the only way that I was going to go outside. But that's not the wrap up you meant, is it?
No.
To everybody who watched today, thank you for all the comments. We enjoy getting together, as you can tell. So from Peter in Aberdeen, from Marco in Portugal, from Harper in Arizona, we'll be back. We will be back. We'll be back next Wednesday at 12 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. in the UK. Thanks for watching. Oh, it's 5 p.m. in Portugal as well. Thanks for watching. Take care. We'll see you all again soon. Bye.
Bye.